what have we been working on all day?
The garage.
It's a big task and it seemed rather daunting, but here's the final product. Oh my gosh, that is a floor to our garage. And everything is so organized. So we'll put that mat back down, but these are chairs we're going to refinish. Brian's got all of his tools set up. These are projects that are still underway. And our camping chairs, my bike. This is all of our driveway ice melting equipment. Trash. Gardening stuff, winter stuff. That's there, but it's organized. Skis, look at that. Shelf space. Our next project is to work in the basement and bring all the Christmas boxes up here and store them here. And our other bike and Brian's pile of wood that is now not a pile, but rather neatly stacked. And more tools and his workbench. This is where he builds his beautiful custom frames. Wow.
Complete and ready to show.
They're not complete and ready to show, Brian says, but I think he did awesome. I helped with this a little. I helped with this a tiny bit. Like, I swept a little, I handed him the like piles of wood and everything, but this was mostly all this guy. It's awesome. I think my love language might be acts of service, because this is something that we have not been wanting to tackle, and we finally did, and I feel so happy. So next weekend, basement. Woo! The reason we're cleaning out the garage is so that we can clean out the basement, and the reason we're cleaning out the basement is because we're gonna turn it into, I hate the term man cave, but that's kind of what we're gonna turn it into. We're gonna put bookshelves all along the wall. We're gonna put a couch down there, and we're gonna make it just a chill, relaxed space where Brian can go to read or lay in his hammock, or I can go down there to play records or play my ukulele or anything like that. Just kind of a calm, relaxing space. And then we're gonna turn, I don't know if you guys know that our house has a split living room. We use the front one as a regular living room, but we're gonna turn our back living room, which right now is just kind of like a hodgepodge, like this way too full bookshelf and a couch and all of our board games and records and magazines and our record player. And we're gonna turn this room into more of an office and move the computer down here and the desk down here. And that way our upstairs our second guest room will be more of like an actual guest room, not just an office that we can put a guest in when they come to stay. So that's the projects that we're working on in our house right now. Kind of a lot, but we'll tackle it together like we do everything else. Hi! We're de-plasticking. So we're getting rid of this stuff and all the plastics. Can I get rid of this?
Yeah.
We're only keeping a few things. Like these guys we're keeping because we put Hercules' dog food in here when we make it, but we're switching to glass and stainless steel. Hi. Roughly how long is this course, do you know?
I think 2 miles, just over 2 miles.
Oh, okay.
Hey, little squirrel. Oh, little squirrel, you're so cute.
Hold on, I'm gonna get a picture of him. Don't go anywhere, just get a picture
Probably thought we were gonna steal a stash.
I don't want your stash. You keep it all for you, little guy.
Oh, what's that from? Just the weight of the...
Probably weight of the snow and...
It is Tuesday this morning, actually in like a half hour or so. I'm going to be running my very first 5K in honor and memory of 9/11. And so this is my first one. Brian was planning on running it with me, but he came down with a cold and was still intent on running it. And I said, no, there's no way. With all that drainage, it was just gonna make him sicker. It is a walk run, so I'm taking some comfort in that, because if I get to a point where I feel like I can't run anymore, then I'll be able to walk. But I'm gonna try to run as much as I can and just see how it feels. And then I'll know in my brain that I can kind of double it, and you know, the 10K will be at Disney. And I still have plenty of time to train for the 10K, because that's not until February. But if I'm honest, I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I don't feel ready for a 5K. I don't feel like I've trained enough. I've been running a little bit here and there, but I just feel like I'm not quite ready. So we'll see. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm very concerned because I'm just not a runner, guys. Just not a runner. And I did a really stupid thing and listened to all my podcasts yesterday while I was cleaning the house. And podcasts are what I listen to when I run. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully it'll all be good and I can make this happen. So here I am back in my living room in front of my good lighting window. This is just where the sun shines through, so it provides the best place to film. Also, me and my pimple here. So it's Thursday, and I never followed up with you guys on how everything went with the 5K. So before I get into all the details, my finishing time was 37 minutes and 58 seconds. So about 38 minutes. And my pacing was 12 minutes and 49 seconds a mile. Not a runner, really proud of how I did, especially considering that that's the furthest that I've run the whole time I've been running, and it's definitely the fastest that I've run the whole time I've been running. I think having people around me was really helpful. I arrived at the gym Tuesday morning, very nervous, feeling really thoughtful and reflective of September 11th and remembering when that happened. And there was a beautiful ceremony before the race. And we went downstairs and got to the starting line, and there were a few people there that I knew, so that was nice. But pretty much I just kind of wanted to like throw my headphones in, listen to a podcast, and just kind of like zone out a little bit, because I knew that if I was too concerned about staying with someone or keeping up with someone or staying behind someone or whatever, that I wasn't going to do my best. So I was trying just to focus on me. I ran starting out very lightly, but I ran further than I've run before, a lot further. I was proud of myself for that. And I do think that was kind of peer pressure of just, not peer pressure, not that anyone was like, you better keep running, but just seeing people around me. There were also a lot of active duty members that were running, a lot of them either in their uniform or a lot of the firefighters were in their full firefighter uniform, get up, equipment, in their full firefighter equipment. And that was really inspiring to me, thinking about what happened that day in 2001, that people actually were having to just push through and push past the barrier of what they thought they could do and push further in order to help others. So running and seeing these guys in full firefighter uniform and all their equipment running, when they would run in front of me, I would think, come on, push yourself. Like, what are you running for today? It was very emotional for me. I think just because of, number one, because of the nature of it being September 11th, but also because I was pushing myself to do something that I didn't know if I could do, but kind of in the moment feeling like, I'm doing this. I think I'm doing this. I mean, I started now. I can't stop. So that was really helpful. We came around one corner and all of the school kids had come out to the road and they were all cheering and high-fiving, and that was really cool. But I was already feeling really emotional. So I stayed on the other side of the road, kind of to avoid them. But a lot of people ran by and like high-fived them, and that was really cool. But I just couldn't do that. It was just too emotional for me. It was a walk run, so a lot of people were walking it. I was running as much as I could and then taking walking breaks. But even when I was walking, I was kind of doing like the grannies in the shopping mall, like trying to still walk fast. I was really proud of the fact that I finished it. I crossed the finish line and I immediately was like, I feel like death. Like, this is so hard. Why did I do this? I never want to do this again. And then I saw a friend of mine's husband and he was like, way to go. And he high-fived me, and just the sense of accomplishment and being there with all those other people and feeling that kind of together was really cool. And I'm really proud of myself. And I'm proud that I did it. There's my update. Are you gonna stop taking pictures? Happy Friday. We are out on a walk, a little hike. It's a bit of an incline, so we can call it a hike, on Chain of Hot Springs Road by the Birch Hill ski area. And after this, we're going to go to Two Rivers, which is a fine dining place up here on Chain of Hot Springs Road. Now, are we dressed for the Georgia version of fine dining? Nope. Are we even dressed for the Kansas version of fine dining? No. But for the Alaska version of fine dining, we're good. I even called and said, is there any sort of dress codes or anything we need to wear? Are we good if we're not dressed up? And she was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Look at this beautiful walk. Oh my gosh. It's a fall wonderland, guys. So beautiful. Brian stopped to take some pictures. Let's get some good light here. This morning we took an ATV safety class, which is required if you want to drive an ATV around base, and I checked something off my bucket list today. I've never ridden an ATV. I am 28, and today was the first day in my entire life that I rode an ATV. Proud of myself. I don't know how I grew up in Georgia and escaped riding an ATV, but anyway. Anything you want to say?
No, not really. You did a great job riding your first ATV.
I did a great job? How did I do a great job?
Well, you did exactly what the instructor said. You took it slow. You didn't tip over like that one guy. You didn't fall into the lake like that same one guy. Two separate occasions.
Oh man. Yeah, this poor guy in front of me was just having too much fun. And he came around a corner and went into the lake and went over his handlebars. Poor thing. But I didn't even get my wheels up off the ground, so I was being safe and cautious. That's the way to do it, guys. I've got my varsity shirt on here. What do you have? And my Alaska sweatshirt. So we're gonna finish our hike. I'm ruining nature out here by vlogging, but that's what we're doing on our Friday. What are you doing on your Friday? You're probably not watching this on a Friday, but